Hi folks, it's Ben.
I'm Macaulay.
From Morrison Tree Landscape here. Welcome to episode 78 of the vlog. Let's see what this week has in store for us. Well done, my boy.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Or is it the morning still? I don't know. Anything to say to the camera?
Aye boss, we're ready. What's the job today? No bother at all, just point us at it, we'll handle it.
Anyway, we're on site this morning. I think it's about midday now, almost. Taking down these poplar trees in the back garden. They've just kind of outgrown the space again. Sort of common theme that we see around in the wind, which is quite a windy day today. Yeah, the client does get a little bit worried, so they've decided to get them out. So we've got Joe out here just now. We've got Rooter, who started yesterday with us. He's joined the crew and has shown a bit of an interest in the tree side of things. So we're sort of taking this as a bit of opportunity to train the guys up and get them a little bit familiar. Now, I've said it before, like, we have obviously just rebranded into the tree side of things. So the guys have little to no experience with trees apart from Macaulay. So getting Macaulay in has been a key thing for us, being able to go out and deliver tree work. But it's going to be sort of, slow going until we get familiar. And that's fine. You've got to start somewhere at the end of the day. I'm not going to pretend that we know everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to learn one way or another. So as long as everything's safe, it's by the book. It doesn't matter if it takes us a little bit longer. I'm taking it as a training opportunity for the guys, as an investment to make life easier, make sure that they know what they're doing, because obviously the ground side of things is very important when Mark is up in the tree. Yeah, it's been quite a good morning so far. We've got a couple days on this tree, so again, I've told the guys, let's just slow it down, let's take our time, get the guys familiar with things. This time next year we might have a fully sort of experienced tree team who can comfortably go out and take on a job of any aspect. I just want to come on and say that because obviously I know there's going to be criticism from people who think that the way that they do it is the best way, and 100% I'm open to sort of learning how other people do things, because I don't know it all myself. I think the moment you pretend that you know it all, or you think you know it all, that's the problem, and that's the moment that you stop learning and stop progressing. So it's really important, even for me as the owner, to listen to Mark, because I don't know a lot of these things. We're rigging today, which is going quite successful. I have done this before. I have done a bit of rigging before on previous jobs, but not an awful lot. So you need to be doing these things all the time to get familiar with them, to get comfortable with them. So it's like second nature. So again, just taking this as a bit of an opportunity to get all the guys sort of familiar with things. We've got the digger on site just now, making life easier for the for the heavy stuff. The chipper is working well. We've got the trailer parked up. We took a bit of preparation with some ground guards. We do need to get some more ground guards because it's just plywood that we've got, and it's a bit of sort of mix and match down there, but just want to try and minimise the damage to the property, and then also just hone that into the guys that it's so important. Easy, we could just drop a lot of this tree onto the grass and damage it, but we're carefully rigging it down, snedding it up, put it through the chipper, we're putting the logs to one side. It's quite good to get stuck into things. I'm kind of tied up here today because I am the one with the chainsaw ticket, so anything that comes on the ground I'm having to sned up, which is fine. I do enjoy it, but there's a lot to do, so hopefully not going to be wrapped up in this job too long this week because I've still got quite a bit to do before the grass cutting season. And yeah, Dav and Mole, as you will have seen, have been cracking on with the fence in Grantown, so we're getting the back side basically sort of wrapped up and trying to work our way round to the front. Once that's fenced, we can then focus on the sleepers, planters that are going in, and then preparing the ground for patio and everything else that's going in. There's also a screen to go around the oil tank that we need to do, and then once that's done we can start working our way around the side. It's going to be an ongoing project. I've vocalised that with the client, I've been transparent with her. We're touching our busy season now, but I don't want to leave her with a building site forevermore, so as long as we have a presence there consistently, you know, 1 or 2 guys cracking on with that job, and then we can push things on as and when needed. So a lot is happening, a lot is going on. Damien and Ed have headed off to Keith this morning to start a new fence that we are doing, a small ranch style fence. I believe the digging isn't going too well, it's a bit stony I think, so hopefully the guys get the posts in today because I've got 2 days allocated for 2 guys on that job. So hopefully we don't run over that. They did come in a little bit sharper this morning, so they loaded up and got away. They may be finishing a little bit late, but fingers crossed not. But it's one of those things, yes, you could have added a little bit more time on it, a day, 2.5 days, but that could be the difference between you getting the job and not getting the job. And budgets were made a clear thing from the client that they probably wouldn't have went ahead if I put that extra half day on the job. And it's not like we're going to be losing. If we get it done in the 2 days, we're hitting our targets, great. But unless you're absolutely flat out and you're booked up 6 months, then you can afford to start putting a little bit more on these jobs to make sure you're more comfortable. We've got to get work in, we've got to keep the guys busy, and things are starting to pick up now, and it's starting to get to the point where I'm struggling to keep on top of it whilst also being out here. But ultimately this is what I enjoy most. I'm getting a phone call just now, so I'm going to go take that.
Today we're out near Keith, and as you can see we're building a fence, this sort of ranch style fence. Over there they've got a sort of temporary thing to keep their dog contained, and obviously there's a bit more space in the garden the dog could use, and aesthetically something else would look better. They didn't want to entirely box it in but keep a bit of an open view, so we're doing about a metre high fence with 4 rails, so hopefully the dog will stay on the right side of it and they'll get the aesthetics they want. We'll then put a double gate in the middle running up to the house there. If they need to unload their shopping, they can pull right up to their front door. Nearly there, so fingers crossed they'll be happy with our work.
What did the dog say?
Woof.
My name is Rutar, originally from Estonia. I've been living in Scotland since 2006. First 8 years in Aviemore, and then I lived in the Borders for about 7 years as well. Also a couple of years in Edinburgh, and then moved back up to the Highlands. Random. I like anything extreme. I started speaking to him last year, and the idea was to always kind of be and settle up north of Scotland. I was labouring for a couple of my mates down in Edinburgh doing landscaping, and I just liked Ben's outlook in life in that sense, and obviously strive for work as well. And I was thinking it could probably be a good company to join and see where it takes us. Trees. Obviously Ben's putting a lot of effort into, you know, just doing tree surgery, and just in general, you know, like I would like to learn more on the trees, to climb them, take them down, and also be helpful with every other task as well. So when it comes to landscaping, garden maintenance, all that kind of stuff. Demolition. I like to destroy things. I like hard work, so the harder it is, everything else becomes a lot easier. So if you don't mind the hard stuff, you know, like you go on to your easy jobs, you know, they feel even less easier in that sense, you know. So the harder it gets, the better for me, and everything else is just nothing basically. Maybe the first time I ever came to Scotland, me and my mate hitchhiked from Tallinn up to Aviemore, and we stayed on the road hitchhiking for just over a month. So we came up to Aviemore, then we did a couple of days in Edinburgh, we did a couple of days in London, visited Amsterdam, Paris, Luxembourg, Berlin, and then we went back home again, and that was all with thumb. I like the weather. It's not too hot. I don't do well in hot weather, so this kind of wetter, colder climate suits me better. And obviously the scenery as well, and people are good crack. All good?
Hello there.
On the job site.
Right, whoever did that, I'll come for you.
What are we going to try?
Nah, I only got single trip. Sharp, listen. Thank you.
Thumbs up.
Right, I'll put you a bag each. I'm a nice guy.
Yes. Perfect. He knows it's Friday.
That's 3 verbal warnings.
Bastard. You shut the fuck.
Thank you. Right, you've each got a pair, because we go through gloves out the tomorrow, and you lose them, you hoard them. Stop stealing them all. Right? You got a pair of thermal gloves each. That green things, whatever they are. A mask. Boys, when you're using even a breaker, a still saw, use a mask. Because it's for your you know as well. Get the out of there. Right, so anyone who joins the team will get that basically standard now. So I expect you to keep all your stuff in here. If you really don't want to use it, don't use it, but it's a waste of money otherwise. And you can keep your beach bag in there. At least you've all got a bag to store your stuff. Put them in these bags.
Aye, no, perfect.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Sure, man.
No, I put like my tape and all that in there as well. I'm fed up with stuff going missing or lying about and you
It actually does look a lot better though, like, you know, like, even though we were having lunch and that last week and we all had them bags and that.
Imagine you turned up with sight where we
Any questions? No. See when you die and can you touch the flag or you've got to walk back?
You've got to walk back. If you're dead, you don't go, oh, I'm dying!